everyone, it's Riley from the Cross-Platform Action Squad coming at you with one of these tier list videos. Feel like now is the perfect time to make one, now that this meme is old and has been done to death. So I was wondering, what would be the perfect topic to objectify and assign to a simple 7-tier list? And I finally came to the realization, women! As a gamer, I am prone to violent outbursts and generally not respecting women, so this is the perfect subject. The waifu topic has of course been done before on YouTube, so I figured that I would be a little bit more specific and creative with my waifu scope. So, I decided on going with the eligible bachelorettes from the Harvest Moon series, as it is one of my favorite game franchises. At least it used to be. Here are my 4 rules. Rule 1, I'm only doing main series games produced before the Natsumi and Marvelous split back in like 2012, so the most recent game in this list is gonna be Harvest Moon 3D A New Beginning. Rule 2, I'm gonna try to be as unbiased as I can. The waifus are gonna be judged based on their appearance, personality, skills, and overall wife qualities, you know, basically treated like objects as women should be. Rule 3! Wait. Zach, I'm recording. Rule 3! Waifus will be looked at in alphabetical order, and I will try to get through them as fast as possible because there's 57 of them. Finally, Rule 4. My word is law and your opinion is shit unless it's the same as mine. Let's get started. Me! Alright, so first up we got Alice from Hero of Leaf Valley for the PSP. She's the game's main antagonist. Her characteristics include her being a workaholic, and she causes nothing but misery for the main character. And she plans to demolish the town, and also has a quick temper. As you can see, she's cute, so none of that stuff matters. She's going in the B tier. Next up, we got Elisa, I don't know how to say it, but she's from a bunch of different games, but she's only eligible to be married in Tale of Two Towns. She's a nun. She works at the Bluebell Church. She's pretty cute. Overall, she's good, but you can't have a kid with her, so there's no reason to marry her, so she's going in the E tier. Next up, we got Anissa from Tree Tranquility and Animal Parade. She is a soft-spoken, kind, optimistic, just a big old fucking sweetheart. Dear gosh, she's so perfect and pretty. B tier. Next up, we have Anne, who's the biggest fucking veteran for this series. I don't really know how to put her because in some games she's an inventor, and some she works at the animal store, and some she works as a cook. I don't know. Like freaking, they didn't even know what she was or where to put her, so I don't know where to put her. So she's going in the C tier. Sorry, Anne. Next, we got Antoinette. If that's how you say it. She's from Harvest Moon Grand Bazaar. She's antisocial, standoffish. Her dad is never at home, neither is her mom, and she aspires to be a fashion designer, and she looks like Sonic. So, since she looks like a Sonic character, she's gonna be an A tier. Next up, we got Aurelia. Aurelia. Yeah, she's from Hero Leaf Valley for the PSP. She's the wild card, bitches! Yeah! And she likes to suppress her wild behavior now that she's in the valley. Other than that, she plays ocarina, which is a pretty neat skill that you don't see in any of the other waifus. And she kind of looks like Knuckles the Echidna, so she's going in the B tier. Next up, we got Candace from Tree Tranquility and Animal Parade. She's a seamstress, works at the tailor shop in both games. She is the wallflower of the group in this game. Nothing else to say. She marries Julius, who, it's 2019, guys. That's clearly a guy. So she's gonna go in the B tier. No. You know what? Candace is gonna go in the A tier, fuck it. Next up, we got Celia from A Wonderful Life in Harvest Moon DS. She is just the picture-perfect blank slate farmer lady that everybody loves. Bring home to your parents, they love her. Works on Vester's farm. The thing about A Wonderful Life is when you get a kid, they get individual stats. So the 3 waifus from A Wonderful Life are gonna also be judged on the stats of their kids, which Celia has the generally okay kid, the middle, just fine kid. So she's going in B tier. Next up, we got Chelsea. Chelsea is the main protagonist if you choose to be a girl. Otherwise, she's just this blank slate rancher girl. There's nothing else to say about her, and because of that, she's going in D. She'd be lower, but she's cute. Next up, we got Daisy from the Grand Bazaar. She's cheery, hardworking. She's the only maid at the hotel. She looks like a fucking robot. I don't really like her look. C tier. Fuck it. Next up, we got Dia from a couple of different games. Save the Homeland, Magical Melody, and Hero of Leaf Valley. She is a rich bitch. Emphasis on the bitch. She's an introvert that doesn't like to socialize, but in Magical Melody, she apparently is fucking sickly. She was born with glass bones and paper skin. She's a contestant on America's Got Talent and will win because of her illness, so she's going in the D tier. Next up, we got Ellen, who is one of the most boring looking fucking bachelorettes. She was from the original Harvest Moon and also made an appearance in Magical Melody. In the first game, she cooked at the restaurant. Her mother's an alcoholic. She works at the Blue Sky Ranch in Magical Melody. She's just boring. E tier. Next up, we got Ellen's granddaughter, Ellie. In Harvest Moon 64, she was a cook, she was a baker, she was concerned about her weight. She marries Jeff, who is a chubby chaser, which is kind of neat. In the other games, she works at the clinic, she's a doctor, all that good stuff. She's going in C tier. Next up, we got Emiko. if I said that right. She's from Grand Bazaar. She lives behind the waterfall and maintains a water shrine in a secret world, not a part of our world, and she values your time so much that she's going in the S tier because she's great. Next up, we got Eve. Eve marries and leaves. She's from the original Harvest Moon and makes an appearance in Magical Melody. She works at the bar. I mean, yeah, she's pretty cute. She works at the cafe in Magical Melody. Based on her appearance, I would say that she'd be ranked pretty high, but she has one quirk from the original Harvest Moon that is not great. She gets mad at you if you go to sleep without her, and because of that, she's going in the D tier. Next up, we got Felicity from A New Beginnings. She is a waitress as well. She loves food, but she's not good at cooking, and she's a food critic. If you're a food critic and you're not good at cooking, then you're going in the E tier, you fucking idiot. Next up, we got Flora. Flora was in A Wonderful Life and Harvest Moon DS, but you weren't able to marry her in the first game, so I'm only going to be judging her based on her appearance in Harvest Moon DS, which is basically the same as she was in A Wonderful Life. She works at the excavation site. She likes researching and digging, and she is an awful cook, but she's also a certified black belt. So we're just gonna put her up here. Next up, we got Freya from Grand Bazaar. She has no family, I have no idea where she works, and you know next to nothing about her. At least I don't. I'm gonna put her in D tier. Georgia from Tale of Two Towns. She lives in Bluebell, and she works at the animal shop, and as you can tell by her appearance, she really likes horses. She aspires to be a veterinarian, which I respect, and she has an accent that she's a little bit embarrassed of, which I think is adorable, and that's gonna land her a cozy spot in the A tier. Next up, we got Gina from Harvest Moon Save the Homeland, Magical Melody, and Hero of Leaf Valley. She is Dia's maid, Dia's nurse, and once again, Dia's maid in those respective games. She is kind. She likes working for Dia for some reason, even though she's the definition of cunt. Based on her appearance, she looks like an old lady. So sorry, Gina. As sweet as you are, you're going in the C tier. Next up, we got Gwen from the same games. Gwen in all the games is consistently an animal lover. She works with Bob at whatever ranch she's working at, whether it be Brownie Ranch or Starling Ranch. Magical Melody, she also worked as a cook at the Perch Inn. She is the carpenter's granddaughter in every game that she's in, and look at her, she is just so cute that she's gonna be a B tier lady. Next up, we got the Harvest Goddess from every fucking game. The Harvest Goddess has literally no personality, and in the only game that I've played where you can marry her, she doesn't live with you, she doesn't help out with chores, she doesn't do anything, and there's no real reason to marry her. She's our first F tier. Next up, we got Iroha, I don't know how you say this. She's from A New Beginning. She's the blacksmith, and she has a fun gimmick where if you befriend her enough, she makes higher quality tools for you. That alone could actually put you high up in this list, but the fact that her only trait is this gimmick, she's not gonna go into S, but rather A tier. Now we got Jamie from Magical Melody. Jamie is your rival when you first start out. Jamie is either a guy or a girl, depending on what you are. If you choose to be a guy, he's a girl. If you're a girl, she's a guy. And the model doesn't change, which is kind of off-putting. Basically, Jamie is stubborn, has anger problems, and for some reason, named its dog Calver Viturp. I don't know how you say this, but I count that as dog abuse, so I'm putting that in the F tier. Next on our list, we got Julia from Island of Happiness and Sunshine Islands for the DS. She, in both games, works at the animal shops, loves animals, and hates fish. She just hates fish. B tier. Next up, we have, Karen. Karen. Everyone's gonna hate me for this, but Karen. Karen was in Harvest Moon 64, Harvest Moon Back to Nature, Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town, and Harvest Moon DS. She worked on her dad's vineyard in Harvest Moon 64, and she's a cold bitch. She was not nice to you on your first meeting, and if you don't marry her, then she goes off and marries her slave laborer at the vineyard, and there is a glitch in Harvest Moon 64 where you can just keep showing her your dog infinite amount of times to the point where you can marry her, like, basically in the first couple days of the game. Guys, that doesn't sound like a very good marriage candidate if you ask me. Luckily, in the later games, they fix her up a little bit. She works at the supermarket rather than the vineyard, and she's more down to earth, but a lot of people think that the de facto version of Karen is the Harvest Moon 64. So just because they fixed her in later games, she's staying out of the F tier, but rather E tier. Fight me. Next up, we got Kathy from Tree of Tranquility and Animal Parade. I love Kathy. She's one of my favorite, actually, she is my favorite waifu from this series. But being unbiased, I'm gonna rate her as normal. She is a lot like Gwen, actually, except the fact that she works as a waitress. She likes horseback riding. She's a drink connoisseur. I guess you can say that makes her an alcoholic, but it's never really prevalent. She just likes drinks. I guess really with this stuff she'd be in C tier, but her dad is Hayden, and you want those superior genes in your family, so she's gonna move up to B tier. Next up, we have cute little Katie. Katie is from Harvest Moon Save the Homeland, Magical Melody, and Hero of Leaf Valley. She is a waitress in every single one of those games. In her first game, she's a baker. She dreams of being a master baker. You heard me correct. A master baker. She's a chronic master baker. In other games, she's clumsy, loves sweet. She's pretty basic. She's gonna go in B for basic. Next up, we have Kira. Kira. I don't know how to say this. Probably just Kira. She's from Harvest Moon DS. She lives in the third mine that you unlock on the 255th floor. She never leaves this area, and you have to travel to the 255th floor of this mine every day in order to marry her. But don't fret, it gets better. Her heart events are all fetch quests, which means you have to go there, read what she wants, leave, and then come back to the 255th floor of this fucking mine to give her what she wants. She was cursed as a mute by the witch princess in this game. Yeah, so she doesn't even talk to you. I don't even know if she leaves the freaking cave when you marry her. That's an F tier, guys. It's F. Our next Goyle is Lainey from Tale of Two Towns. She lives in Bluebell. She works at the cafe. She loves to bake, loves ice cream. She just likes all that good stuff. Cheery, friendly. I'd give her points if she kept her hair down, but she doesn't. She always has it up like this. Also, her dad is Howard. Look at this. What the fuck is this? Why do his shoes look like ducks? She going in the C tier. Next up, we got Lana from Island of Happiness and Sunshine Island. She's a pop singer. She's a one-hit wonder pop singer, so she's not really talented. She loves fish, everything about fish. She leaves if you don't sell fish, if her pussy sticks. C tier. Next up, we got Leia from Harvest Moon DS. Leia is a mermaid, our first monster girl. She was found washed up on the beach by Waluigi and now lives in his basement, and if you marry her, she lives in your pond and can't cuddle you at night. She's still going in A tier though because her Japanese name is Lettuce. Now we got Lily from Harvest Moon Sunshine Islands. Lily is a treasure hunter and she is from a foreign land and uses the guidings of the ancient Hawaiians courtesy of my man Tito. If you don't marry her, she marries some bum by the name of William Terry Lewis, Andrew Carrick, Jonathan Dredge, Hams, Redding, Rogers, Southwark, Aldenwick, Plymouth Jr., Registon III. A tier. Now we got Lumina from Harvest Moon DS. She was actually in Harvest Moon A Wonderful Life as well, but you couldn't marry her because she was too young. She was just a little girl, guys. She's well-mannered, plays the piano, and I mean, she's cute, but I'm putting her in B tier just because it's creepy. Now we got Luna from Tree Tranquility and Animal Parade. She is Candace's sister, so naturally she is also a tailor or seamstress, whatever fuck you want to call her. She is selfish, spoiled, rude, very short. She looks like a fucking little girl in Tree Tranquility. They fix her height in Animal Parade, but that's still gonna land her in C tier. Now we got Lila from Save the Homeland, Magical Melody, and Hero of Leaf Valley. She owns the flower shop in every single game she's in, and in my opinion, she's the most feminine girl in the entire series. I think she owns a flower shop in Magical Melody. I think it's technically a gift shop. It's called Hardy Heart Lila. She's going to the B tier. Now we got Maria. She's one of the OG waifus from the first Harvest Moon. She's in Harvest Moon 64 and Harvest Moon Magical Melody. She's the mayor's daughter in every single game that she's in, and she always graces us with that beautiful 5-head whenever she's in a game, so she's going in D tier. And of course, if Maria is not in a game, we are graced with Mary, who is in Harvest Moon Back to Nature, Friends of Mineral Town, and DS. She's also a librarian, super sweet, cute. She has a knack for playing the piano, and all in all, she's just cute. A. Oh my god, oh Jesus, where are we now? Maya from Tree Tranquility and Animal Parade. She's a waitress, a lot of waitresses in this fucking game for some reason. She is also a waitress, just like Kathy in the same fucking game, works at the Sunday Inn and Ocarina Inn respectively. She loves food, is a bad cook, clumsy, and she is just a fucking idiot. She needs you to marry her because otherwise she marries Chase, who is super rude and abusive to her, so she's gonna go in C tier. Now we got Michelle from A New Beginning. She is a magician, obsessed with the color pink. She's almost like DC's Harley Quinn character, except she doesn't wear any revealing outfits, so she's gonna go in A tier because I have a huge boner for Harley Quinn. Now we got Muffy from Harvest Moon DS on A Wonderful Life. Since she is from A Wonderful Life, we do have to judge her on her kid. She is a bartender in this game at the Blue Bar. She is outgoing and has a very bad history with men. She's kind of a slut, honestly, and her child is awful. He has the worst stats, and he's just a fucking brat. The fact that Muffy is the very definition of baggage lands her in the F tier. Next up, we got the third waifu from A Wonderful Life, Nami. She is a traveler, and she is quiet and reserved. She actually has the most calm kid with the best overall stats. Too bad she's a hard nut to crack, otherwise she'd be rated higher, but she's gonna go in the C tier. Next up, we got Natalie. She's from Harvest Moon, Island of Happiness, and Sunshine Island. She is a prankster, and she is cold and uncaring towards your character, and she has fun pranking and insulting her brother and grandfather. Wow, she just sounds like an F tier girl if ever I heard of one. Now we got Nina, another one of the OG waifus from the first Harvest Moon, and she also made an appearance in Magical Melody as well. Nina. She's super sweet. She works at the flower shop in the first game, and then works at Spring Farm in Magical Melody where you buy seeds and crops and stuff. Cheerful, bubbly, can't see the negative in things. She's kind of just okay. I don't know. She just kind of blends into the woodwork. I'm gonna put her as C. This brings us to Nori, who is from A Tale of Two Towns. She lives in Kanohana at the seed shop. She's a caring, gentle, and kind girl. She's a talented seamstress, and she is just super adorbs, if you ask me. I'm gonna put her in A tier. Next on my my list, we got Oracle. She is also from Harvest Moon Tale of Two Towns. She lives up in the mountains and shelters herself from humanity, which is, you know, a good thing to do. Oracle works as the game's alchemist, and she makes you potions and fertilizers. Hopefully not in the same cauldron, otherwise you'd be drinking shit. B tier. Oh boy, we gotta be close to done soon. Oh boy, now we got Phoebe. She's from Tree of Tranquility and Animal Parade. She's an inventor, works in a lab, she's polite and proper, and she likes to mine, and if you don't marry her, she marries Crocodile Dundee himself. She is an adventurous tomboy, all that good stuff. Her mom and dad work at the general store, except for an Animal Parade. Her dad, Ross Geller, works as a photographer. She's gonna go in A tier. Alright guys, we got 10 more. We're in the final stretch. Next we got
Potpourri!
She's from Harvest Moon 64, Harvest Moon Back to Nature, Friends of Mineral Town, and Harvest Moon DS. She works in the flower shop in Harvest Moon 64, but in all subsequent games, she works at the animal store with her mother. She seems pretty standard and she's super cute. She's going in B tier. Next we got Reina from Harvest Moon Tale of Two Towns. She's from Kanahano just like Nori. She is a botanist and studies plants and flowers in the mountains. She struggles to get to know people. She doesn't seem like she'd be rated too high, but goddamn, look at those tights. They're so fashionable. I'm gonna keep her in the C tier. Now we got Renee from Harvest Moon Tree Tranquility and Animal Parade. She works at the Brownie Ranch and the Horn Ranch respectively. She is the fucking Mary Sue. Easy to marry, likes to fit. She's just the fucking, yeah, E. Now we got Sabrina from Isle of Happiness and Sunshine Island. She's a librarian and likes to paint. Her dad is actually a multimillionaire and she works as a secretary and bookkeeper. So the fact that she comes from money and marries McCree, if you don't marry her, lands her a spot in the A tier. Now we got Selena from Tree Tranquility of Animal Parade. She's a Gerudo thief. Oh wait, no, wrong game. She is a dancer from Toucan Island. She is super selfish, and the first time you ever meet her in Tree Tranquility, she demands that you buy her a lily. What a bitch. She's going in C tier. Now we got Sherry from Harvest Moon Grand Bazaar. I don't really see the appeal in her. She's Felix the Mayor's daughter, and she was sheltered by her father for like her whole life, and everybody likes her. She's just, oh, she's so perfect. She has an arranged marriage for like, I don't know, Lloyd, I think? I don't know. I'm gonna put her in D. Now we got Tina from A New Beginning. She is a journalist, very social, loves to gossip, upbeat, all that good stuff, and look at her clothes. God damn. It looks like Shadman designed her outfit. She's gonna go in A tier. Next up, we got Viva VVV. She's from Animal Parade, not Tree of Tranquility. She is the witch in this game. She resides deep in the Fug Forest. Pretty easy to please. When you're on your way to her house, you can find a Fug mushroom, which is one of her favorite things. Problem with her is that she always has a monthly request once you reach like heart rank 3, I think, with her, so she's actually kind of a bitch to maintain. I'm gonna keep her in the C tier. Next up, we got the Witch Princess. This is actually a different character than Vivi, so fight me. She's from Harvest Moon DS, Island of Happiness, Sunshine Islands, and A New Beginning. She's antisocial, mischievous. She's one of the reasons why Kira was so awful. Oh yeah, and she hates dogs, which is an automatic F tier. Finally, we got Yuri from Harvest Moon, A New Beginning. She is a tailor, quiet, socially awkward, which is kind of cute. She can't really hold a conversation and loves fashion. Unfortunately, I don't really like her outfit, which is kind of ironic. I'm gonna put her in D tier. So there's my list. I hope you had fun listening to me objectify fictional women. Let me know what you think of my list in the comments. Do you agree? Did I miss any? Do you disagree? If you disagree, then you can shove your opinion up your... Feel free to leave a comment. Don't forget to join our Discord to share your opinions on why I'm wrong, and I will do my best to ban you for having a shit opinion. Our Discord is also a good platform if you want to yell at us for taking so long on this next D&D story. I'm working on it, I swear. That's it for me, everybody. I'll see you in the next video, which will be uploaded in 5 years.
Stop feeling my fucking kills!